How you doing? I'm here with my mentor. She came to my house. She's gonna walk through all my trees and hopefully make some recommendations so I can, you know, have them growing in a better way and hopefully fruiting. What's your name and what do you?
So my name is Catherine. I'm actually one of the owners of Jack and Beanstalk, and I'll be happy to teach you the most I can to make your fruit trees to thrive better. There are a couple tips here and there for starters. It's great that you put irrigation in every single one, but we need to remove all the weeds. The weeds are taking the energy out of your trees. That's what you see many of the trees. They have this slight discoloration in some of them, and that's because of the lack of iron. So we need to drench in all your yellowness of the trees. We need to drench, actually, it's called chelated iron. It's a systemic liquid that we're gonna put it there. We could also spray it too, but we definitely do that at least every 2 weeks for 2 months to bring it back. Because the winter is also another detriment on the fruit trees. They get a little dormant, but now that they're waking up, we gotta push with the fertilization, and it's time to nutrient. The other advice I will give you, if you could mulch it, that will help them too, to keep away the weeds. You have an alternatives. You could either mulch and put 2 inches of mulch. Always never touch the plant, keep it away at least half a foot so that way it doesn't smother the trees. That's one thing. The other thing that you could do for some trees that they don't like too much water, because as the summer goes, we get into the rainy season, it's gonna be too much retention of water. So in the trees that they won't tolerate the mulch for the summer, we could use a nitrogen fixer plants. So we could use perennial peanuts or mimosas to keep away the weeds, fertilize the tree, and keep it, in a healthy stage. So the arasa is definitely blooming. You might need a second pair, by the way, for this one.
A second arasa, a second tree,
yeah,
so they
could
can.
cross-pollinate. They usually by itself they flower, but they don't really take the fruit for this.
I've seen them flowering a lot. I think I picked one fruit the other day, but like in 2 years, one fruit.
Yeah, because you need a second one. And this is a little bush, so you could probably squeeze it in there or your side.
Okay.
But that's definitely it needs a second pair for that. So here definitely the iron is gonna be it's gonna help it to revitalize the yellowness. So we have a little disease. Sometimes it gets confused between fungus and if this is part of the winter. So here we have 2 things. You see how the leaves are? You can see the veins. So that's what is telling you that it's sclerosis. It's getting like minerals, iron and magnesium. And the other thing, the brown stiff stuff that you see, all the points in there. So this is just the winter, just in case. It's not a fungus.
So getting burned a little bit because of the weather and the harsh
weather.
temperature.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So this is just part of the winter. So it's not really fungus. So what we need to do is probably you want to keep an eye, just defoliate. As you defoliate the plant, don't trim it. You could trim the anonas. As they wake up from the winter, when you trim it, is the best time to trim it because that's when they are in a growing process, so they could explode with flowers and new branches. You could do a light trimming if you want, or you just defoliate. And like I said, we gotta put nutrition on this. But that's about it. They're flowering, but the stem is still young.
And you see right here, I got some fruits.
Yeah,
hopefully they stick.
Flower. That's what I was telling you. Right now, it's not yet ready.
So should I cut them off?
No. What you do?
They're gonna drop them off.
They're gonna drop myself. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna do a light trimming to wake up finally the process of the anonas. All the anonas, This is Rollinia, but we got Rollinia, soursop, custard apple.
It's in the same family.
It's in the same family. So all of those are Annona family. So the Annona family, they are waking up from the winter. This is the best time to cut it, to trim it, and especially when they're young, even when they're mature too. So that way they explode with flowers and new branches.
Okay.
So right now is the best time that we do a light trimming for fixation and let it grow. And this year you're gonna see probably, because it flowers 2 or 3 times a year, this plant.
Do they like water, like daily water or once a week?
So this is common sense. This is just common sense. You go by the weather. So right now we're in the drought season, between 80s to 70s. So in this time of the year we do How long do you let it run?
I think they run for like 30 minutes and it's like a drip. It's not like full blast.
Okay, so then I would do daily.
I have it set up daily.
Daily, yeah, daily, because we're in the drought season of rain, and sometimes we could even get 90, so it's like it gets hot and they dry up. So that's one. Once we hit into the rainy season, you're gonna timing accordingly as the plant needs it. So it could be every other day, sometimes it could be 3 times a week, depends, because sometimes we have rain constantly, you know.
Back to back, yeah.
Back to back. So what I do is I check if it's still wet, I skip the day. Sometimes I had to skip 2 or 3 days in a row, depends, you know, how the plant needs it. Most of the plants, when they need water, the tips is the one that start getting actually brown, and that's an indication it needs water. So they'll start wilting. You know, it depends. The plant is gonna let you know. That's what I say. Use common sense and go.
Look at this with no leaves, only a couple.
Start waking up. That's a coastal apple. So they just start waking up. So this is the best time that you fertilize. But like I said, we gotta remove those weeds.
They're taking the energy and the minerals of the.
Yes, exactly. So I would just brown tip. You see how it's broken like that easily? So I would tip it up just a little bit, couple inches here and there, just to help them to wake up.
Okay. To give it like a shock.
It's because they are waking up. It's the only. If this plant doesn't have any leaves, then I'll tell you don't touch it. Leave it alone. Don't fertilize it. Don't touch it. Just water and that's it. But this is just waking up. So when they're waking up, we gotta tip it, fertilize it to promote the growth.
Okay.
So we have here a jackfruit, right? Rumichama. Oh my gosh, the leaves are so. Yeah, we definitely need iron in this one. You see how the leaves start getting tip browning?
Yeah, on the tip. So, I'm like, what's going on with this?
Lack of water. I would definitely put mulch in this one. I'll definitely put mulch in.
So that means it needs more water?
Yes, it needs more water.
Not like adjust the drip, just put mulch so we can retain the water, right?
Retain the water. Yes, that's what I would do. Yeah, I would just retain the water. I see you fertilize, so I would just remove the weeds, put the mulch, and don't smother the tree. And then we have here.
This is
peanut butter. Looks like, right? Looks like peanut butter to me. A view? No, this is peanut butter.
I don't know who put.
This is not a view. This is peanut butter.
So this is peanut butter?
This is peanut butter tree.
Okay, I'll remove that.
Yeah, that's a peanut butter tree. So this one is ready to go. Now when it fruits, this one is a little bit in the side of fungus. Okay, we got a little bit of fungus here. So you could spray the sulfur that you got last time. You could spray that. Most fruit trees in Florida, they all get fungus, no matter what.
Because of the humidity.
Because of the humidity, the rain, sometimes because even the cold retains more water, so humidity creates fungus. So it's a very common thing that we're gonna see. Some plants will show you like brown spots, but this one is show you like a more kind of yellowish, you know, spots here and there. So we're definitely gonna need a fungicide for this one. That way it could fruit properly, because what happens is when they get fungus, sometimes the leaves start dropping by itself prematurely.
Okay.
So we'll get the treatment of that one. The rest is just fertilization. This one definitely is coming from the winter, the wax apple.
Red wax apple?
But this one, this is just a winter, just in case.
So the plant looks healthy. You see the new growth here?
Yes and no, but it's too light. And you could tell it's too light. We gotta really put a lot of iron in this. Iron.
And why do you think is that? That we don't have enough? It's just the...
Because we live sun. Everybody in Florida lives in sun. So sun doesn't have any nutrition. You've been using the fertilizer that is slow release. So it's gonna give it provided, but from here in 2 or 3 months. So
it's gonna take a while to get to the plant.
Okay. To get into the plant. So for maintenance, it's perfect. But when the tree needs something immediately, then we could do liquids.
Okay.
The liquid fertilization is available right away. So you see the change in a couple weeks, and you do it twice a month for a couple months, it's a different plant.
Okay, perfect.
You see a different plant. So we're gonna definitely systemically drench and spray a little bit, so that way, you know, the microbes will stick on that one. This is a gray tree. The only thing, eventually you might need to let this grow up a little bigger, because it's a very cold sensitive plant. Nonis are very cold sensitive, and it's in that location that it's gonna get a lot of wind from there, and he goes.
I think within a year, if I'm not mistaken, the hedge
The
is
hedge
going
is
to
gonna,
be at least 15 feet, 16 feet.
yeah,
And the reason why I planted was to be like a wind
wind
curtain,
barrier.
like a wind barrier,
Wind
yes.
barrier. Okay, yeah,
But
yeah.
you see it's fully loaded.
Yeah, it's loaded. Yeah, it's definitely loaded. The, say the other thing, this plant likes water just in case, so I'll mulch it. I mean, all of them, the anonas I will put, like peanut butter, perennial peanuts or mimosas, nitrogen fixer plants to, keep away the weeds. But for the rest, I will definitely use mulch.
Okay. So it's
Or,
recommended to put mulch in all
yeah,
of them.
in all of them, except the ones that they don't like water, like the anona family,
Okay.
or figs, or cactus, or as we go, I'll tell you which other plants I
Okay.
might have in here. Now, you could also use clipping grass too to prevent the weeds coming.
Or to keep the weeds away.
So yes, so what you do, you mulch. They say, because remember, the area of where the plant it actually sits, the root ball is wherever the branches finish. That's the day line, right? So underneath, everything up to here, from here up to here, has to be clean. You see how many weeds?
Yeah, full of weeds.
So all of that, it needs to be mulched, and we use Barbetier grass around. The Barbetier grass has the advantage of the roots are like blockers because the roots are all the way to down 10 feet. So it's like a contention thing, so it prevents another plants to invade into the.
And I can plant it so they can be under the tree.
So they could be under the tree, and what you do is chop and drop, and it becomes also mulch. It becomes also compost. So that's the way you could develop also.
Because I want to use the least possible chemical as
Right.
as I can, but in the meantime, at least at the beginning, so I can get the fruit established and the tree established.
Yes. Now for berries, cherries, and especially jaboticabas, we need to use pine bark for mulch. For the rest, you want to use cypress, that's okay, but this one it has to be pine bark. This one, your grumichama, which other one we passed, your arasa, we need to use pine bark because the pine bark eventually will decompose into soil and make the soil acidic. All the cherries, berries, and citrus, they like acidic soil.
Okay.
So it's very important that we use that type of mulch from this. At some point, you go a little water, you could tell. You could tell.
That it needs water?
Look, you could tell. So what you need to do is you need to tip all of this. You see how it's breakable?
Yes.
It's because it's already dry and dead. And this one prevent the new growth. So come with a clipper, and snap all the dead branches, At some point it didn't get enough water, that's what happened. So all
Okay.
the dead branches, clip it, trim it, because that's what is gonna promote new growth. As you remove all those dead branches, it's gonna promote new growth, the plant, and it's gonna explode. Really, it's gonna be nice and healthy. You want to increase the amount of water on this one, it's okay, because this one, it loves water. It's a water.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why the mulch is gonna be super beneficial for this plant, because it's gonna retain the water. Now your sapotilla. Sapotilla is great. Just need to fertilize because it's still too young. So right now we just need to promote the growth. It will get benefit with a little iron. It will get benefit, but yeah, right now it's looking good. That one just the sulfur that you get last time, the powder, I will put on the all acidic loving acidic plants. That will be cherries, berries, and the jabo especially.
Okay.
You gotta do that monthly basis, especially on the jabo, because we wanted to look the pH of 5.5, which is gonna take you 2 years to build up those.
Okay.
1 point is dropped in 6 months, so that's why.
So it takes quite some time to bring it to the right pH.
Yes, yes. You're not gonna see a really nice tree in a year. So that's why you need to stick out with monthly basis sulfur. Monthly basis, put the soil acidifier. So this is the best time to clip your sugar apples, and it's flowering. Definitely, it looks healthy. We'll probably, since it's already flowering, and this one could hold fruits because sugar apples are not too big. Maybe just remove more. This one is an anona, so I would not put mulch, but remove all the grass all the grass, and it could get benefit with a little iron that you could put it, but it looks very healthy. It's happy. I would just clip whichever dead branch if you see that one is bendable. Any branch that is still no leaves and you could bend it, it's still alive. So those you don't take.
Good to know.
Yeah.
This, I don't know what the heck is this,
Is
but I know I got it from you.
looks like a guava to me.
No, it's not a
Is
guava.
that a guava?
I got a guava back there.
Are you sure you get this?
Is that like an avio or something or what?
No, this is not an avio. No, this is not an avio.
Obviously, they used to be green,
I know. This is called wind burn. This is just a wind burn
which we do get a lot of wind
in
here.
this section. Yeah.
I don't know what that tree is. I only buy it from you and from Excalibur.
That I don't remember. It looks like
But I 100% guarantee you it's no guava.
no. That is so different. I don't know. You got me in that one, but I don't really recognize this tree. Now what we're gonna do is to bring to stimulate the growth. We're gonna do literally. You're gonna do this. You're gonna
Okay.
defoliate by hand.
Okay.
And the fertilization that you apply, because if you don't remove the leaves, they're gonna drop, but naturally, which is gonna take 3 months.
And I want to accelerate that so it can get healthy as soon as possible.
And we could find out what is it.
Okay.
Because that doesn't, it kind of looks like a guava, but I don't think this is a guava. The other thing that it could be, that might be because of the, it's hard to tell because all the leaves are, I don't think it might be a cherry Rio de Grande, you think? I don't think so.
No, I have Cherry Rio Grande on the other side.
We're gonna compare the leaves. Yeah, I'm gonna take one. Anyhow, we gotta remove all these leaves so that way, because you just fertilize, put the mulch, and that way at least we see when it fruits, you know what is it.
Okay.
But I think it's cherry Rio de Grande. Yeah, so let's compare it. I'm keeping one leaf.
This is the red something.
Jackfruit?
Yes.
And the woods of red jackfruit. Okay. All right. So this is a very puppy. So all young fruit trees like this, like those little ones, try to, instead of putting like 3 months fertilization, put every other month. We're gonna kind of pushing this to get it established.
So to accelerate the growth and to make it
more stronger, because it's too young. Gotta make sure that they kind of push.
How long do you think in the perfect scenario that tree will be fruiting? 3 years?
3 years. 3 years. It's grafted, right?
Yes.
So if it's grafted 3 years, it's just too young. Too young. It needs to be 2 inches in diameter, at least minimum for jackfruit to fall.
Okay.
So this is a mulberry.
Green mulberry. I've never seen a berry on that thing, and I take that back.
Well,
I just saw this.
There you go. I know they're fruit because I got some green mulberry.
The first one that I've seen. No,
Yeah.
there is more
They
there.
just start waking up. I was about to tell you, my green mulberries are also.
I have another one, the Thai mulberry, fully loaded, fully
yes.
loaded.
The green mulberry, because it's kind of like the Pakistani size, the big one.
Yes.
So it only fruits spring. I saw it fruit in spring and give another crop, like the Pakistani, like the summer.
The other one is more fruitful,
It's
like
more everberry,
every berry.
like the Thai everberry. And
Does it look healthy? You think I need to do something,
no,
or?
no, you're good. This is an all winter stuff. So mulberries are benefit. Right now it's fruiting. Just leave it alone. Of course, remove the weeds, but they get benefit after the fruiting season. Just give it a little trim. Sometimes stimulate to produce again. Most of the mulberries do that. So kainito, we're good. We just gotta make sure to cover the roots. Oh no, it's not roots. Sorry, no, my bad. It's not roots. It just was the weeds.
You're the pro. I'm gonna do whatever you tell me to do.
No, we're good. We're good. We just
Does it look healthy?
Actually, yeah, it does look healthy. What only thing that is worries me is which part was the grass. Because you see, this is the grass. But like this, you gotta clip it, because it's the graph, and then we got suckers that come in below the graph or above the graph, or at the same level of the graph. So I will clip those.
I
two.
think those 3 in the bottom, they're probably below the graft. I think you're right.
That one, I don't know this one.
No. Those 2 were there. Like the Y, like the Y thing was there. Now below here,
this one,
below here is what? Yeah, this.
This one. We gotta remove it. Yeah. Come with a clipper later and
Okay.
clip it. Yeah, we gotta keep it because sometimes we forgot to clip those, and then the main tree dies because the suckers grow super fast. That's what I'm trying to define. If this one, we're gonna leave it those like a 3 centimeters, but hopefully it comes from the same. This one is, I'm just kidding, that one is also sucker. Sometimes the sucker grows so fast, so just keep an eye
Okay.
on that one.
This is
normal that it gets like that in the winter, just in case. They are very sensitive to the cold, so that's why it goes like that. Now it needs definitely water, more water.
So more water for the carambola?
Yeah, mulch really good because this little burning is just from the winter, but then the dry thing, sometimes it drops the leaves from the winter too. They can benefit. I will definitely put more mulch and maybe increase a little bit of water. They love water, like javos.
Okay. This, I have no clue what it is.
This is called cuajilote.
I know I got this from you because nobody else have this. I literally called Excalibur and they were like, I don't know what that is. I'm like, I probably got this from Jack and the Beanstalk.
Yes.
How do you spell it?
I'll write it out. So cuajilote is Cuajillote.
Okay. Make sure you give me that name before you go. How does it look?
So it looks okay. It definitely needs some iron. You see the yellow leaves.
And does that have to do anything with the actual soil? Because almost all of them look like they need iron.
Yes, because
so we have like a poor soil.
All Florida has poor soil.
It's like sand.
So we don't have nutrients.
We have to build the soil.
We had to build the soil, but that process takes a year or 2 years. In the meantime, we gotta use all amendments to, That's what I said. The clamping grass will help you to, in the future, also build up a little bit your soil. And also the nitrogen fixer plants will help you to build that your soil. In the meantime, iron, it has a little, eating problems at the bottom.
An eating bug or something?
It could be snails, by the big chunks that it get. Most likely it might be a snail, but I don't see any right now. If you have a snail, so you keep seeing more eating big ones like that, you could use eggshells, crush it and throw it if you see the snails. But I would probably trim. Anyhow, we don't want fruit trees. Those branches are too low. You see this one, we'll probably cut this one too. We don't want branches that touch the ground because at the end of the day, if it fruits, the fruit is gonna drag on the floor and you don't want that.
Okay.
Plus the branches that touch the ground is the ones that
So keep them off the ground like a foot?
Yes, at least a foot or 2 feet. So that way, all low branches, it has to be. As the tree grows, of course, you cannot do those on the baby ones, But as they get more mature, we kind of keep.
So we don't want no low-hanging fruit?
No, plus we don't want low hanging branches. What they're gonna do, they're gonna get all the, the bugs from the ground, and they get infected, and from there it's escalate to the entire tree.
Now, what is this?
Longan, that's longan.
We don't know the type?
By the leaves, looks like it's most likely. I'm pretty sure this is a kohala because of the shape, the shiny leaves. Because the BQ has more like a pale, more like it's not shiny. This is kohala by the leaves.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
That's
How does it look? Does it need anything? Obviously, clean up the grass around it.
Something that it worries me because this type of eating powder, you see, that's usually by the Sri Lanka weevil.
What is that?
Which is like a white fly. It's a weevil, but what they do is they like lychees, longans, mamoncillo, all those plants, they like it. So what we're gonna do, hopefully you don't have, because I only see a couple leaves in there. No, maybe more, maybe the whole bottom part. Because if you do have, if we find more trees that they have this, then you might need to really spray, and there is no organically way to kill this.
Okay.
So with this, we need to definitely use at least 7, which is less dangerous or the entire
Less
long life.
invasive, less
Yeah,
chemical.
less chemical or the entire lease of actually. I don't like to use chemicals, but some pests you cannot kill organically.
Okay.
Some pests. Hopefully you'll
And
get
what
more.
is this?
Looks like a coffee to me. That's coffee.
Colombian coffee? Yeah,
Yes.
this one I bought from you.
Yes,
I'm
coffee.
sure.
Yeah, it's coffee. It is coffee. That's what it is. It's getting a little yellow because it's also in the sun. Remember, coffee, they don't like sun.
So it would be better to be placed somewhere with shade,
With morning sun and afternoon shade.
because I do have on that side.
How long is
You-
it in the ground?
I think I got it like a year and a half ago.
Oh. Carefully can be transplanted. You know, like a...
Probably the roots are pretty deep.
Not necessarily. It looks like a small tree, really. So maybe I will go like first. I will dig it out with a shovel, like a 1.5 foot deeper, to cut the external roots around, and then water daily for a week. If it doesn't, doesn't get too much shock, then can be removed and transplanted. But if it gets a lot of shock, then maybe cannot be removed.
Okay.
But this is small. I think you could remove it. You got cashew coming.
Yes, I'm excited.
Yeah,
I
you
know
got
I got this
cashew.
one from you too.
Yeah, there's a cashew coming now. Yeah, so right now you could put some iron if you want and micronutrients. Now, because cashew is not a big fruit, they will get benefit with the micronutrients. I don't know you got that last time, but we got just minerals. When it's a blooming season and the tree could actually hold the fruit, I would recommend for you to put minerals, which is iron, magnesium, calcium, zinc, all the micronutrients. The micronutrients become like folic acid for the plants.
Like a multivitamin for the tree.
Exactly, like acid folic for a pregnant woman. That's what it comes, because what the micronutrients, what they're gonna do is gonna help to develop the fruit. It's gonna prevent splitting on the fruits, and
Abortion from the tree and
abortion
stuff.
for the trees, and also it's gonna make sure to enhance the flavor.
Okay.
So it gets benefit. For mature trees, we gotta put in the blooming season, ideally before or during the blooming season, micronutrients, so they could, have a nice fruit
Nice
crop.
push.
In the crop. So I will put that and remove, the weeds from there. You got
Look at my red
Hawkland.
ciruelas, red
Yeah,
hawk plum.
Hawkland, yeah. The red one has that's why you know it's red, because it gives you the red flowers. The yellow ones give you yellow flowers.
Yellow flower, yeah.
Yeah.
How does it look?
Right now, perfect. This is the stage they supposed
The
to be
first
in.
time I got it, I thought this thing was dead, and they're like, no. They're not gonna have leaves. When they have leaves, they don't have fruit. When they have fruit, they don't have leaves.
Exactly. So just leave it alone. Let it go fruit. Once it finish and it start pushing leaves, then you fertilize it. Not right now.
Okay.
Not right now. I know you put a fertilizer, but you don't fertilize at this time of stage, because it's a blooming season. It's a dormant season for them. When it's dormant, just leave it alone. Thank God you have the slow release, so it won't really affect it too much. But don't fertilize a tree when they don't have leaves. So sapotilla. This is a nice size. So sapotilla. I will probably put a bamboo because the summer, the winds, and this is yet not fully rooted.
And we get a lot of wind here.
So we gotta put a nice tall bamboo to protect it from the summer. Has a slightly fungus problems, not much. It was flowering too. Look, it's flowering, and here is this could hold the fruit already. It has more flowers here.
I mean, it has been in the ground, I think, for like a year and a half or so.
Yeah, it has a lot of flowers in each branch. Actually, you look the branches, flowers.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think I got this. What was it? A 7-gallon?
Probably. Yeah.
I think it was a
It's
7-gallon.
full of flowers already. So it's ready to go. I would definitely, it's gonna help to support the fruit, it's gonna help to support the plant. I would spray a little bit of the sulfur because it's getting fungus. You could tell here, those leaves. That's about it. Mulch it. You wanna put some iron to help it get green up a little bit more, it will be okay. But
Okay.
just leave it alone. When it's a blooming season, the good thing of sapotillas, when it flowers, is year round. Once it starts producing, you're gonna have constant. It's like a star fruit
I love it. All year long.
all year long. So it flowers. 3 months later, it flowers back again. So
Sapodilla is the níspero or mamey? Níspero.
yep,
Okay.
Nispro, that's what it is. So star apple. Same thing. Careful with the graft and the shoots from the graft. What is a graft?
think the graph is somewhere in here.
No.
No?
Mm-mm. Oh, see, this is very strange. I seen the graph die. This was the graph. This is a graph. All of this is just seedlings. Your graph die.
No way.
Yep.
So I have what I didn't want to grow growing,
Yes.
pretty much.
This is what happened in all grafted trees. Gotta always keep it clean, the stem. If no, this one will take over and it will kill. This is the graph. You see that still the tape in here. So this is the graph, which is dead plant. The problem with this is it takes 10 years, so it's kind of waste.
Yeah. Thank you for letting me know.
Yeah. You have a new space for a new plant. There you go.
Yeah.
So this one looks clean. This one at some point didn't get enough water, but it's coming back. This is okay. So this is the graph, same thing. Remove this one. This is the graph.
So cut this one here?
Yeah, this one.
Okay.
This is the graph. So we gotta cut that one up so the way the main stay good, you know.
Okay.
And expand the area for the mulch, you know. At some point, it didn't get enough water. That's what happened. But it's coming back, so it's good. It's coming back, and with the fertilizer, it should be okay.
Question with the whole lychee thing. This is a nightmare when it comes to like actually getting fruits or not?
Yes and no. So lychees, from the last almost 5 years, in all counties from east and west, they've been attacked by Erino mice. So there is no place that anybody is safe. July lychees, even though the tree is, I don't see any mites in here, so we're good. See, it has flowers. Look.
So am I going to be eating lychees this year?
Probably.
Look at here.
It's flower. There you go. You have another flower. You might have lychees. So what you do, even the tree is not sick, you every 2 months spray with salt.
Okay.
Because
I'm going to have to have like a book to write all of this down. It's like a second job or something. To keep the plants healthy?
Like a little schedule, you know.
Yeah.
Because your fertilization goes between 2 to 3 months. So to make it easy, maybe every 3 months that you fertilize, you could spray at the same time.
Okay.
Make it easy, you know, make it just so the way it's not so difficult
to keep up.
To keep up. So because somebody in the neighbor might have a lychee and might have a mite, and then it could get contagious because the spores flow away and it could just get trapped.
But this one looks
Healthy. It's
okay.
This is just okay. A little burn from the winter, but that's okay. You know, right now, put the mulch and everything, and it could get benefit a little bit of the iron too. This one loves iron. So always gotta put iron on this plant. Tend to get yellow all the time.
Okay.
Iron. Jackfruit.
This is the J31.
So same thing here. This is, you see the graph? This is the graph. This is the tree. This is a sucker.
Oh my God. It's bigger than the actual.
Yep, that could happen. So we don't pay attention, that happens. So we just need to cut here. And that way this one doesn't steal the energy from the main tree. Do it now.
Oh my God. And I'm like, look at my jackfruit. It's so big.
You could tell because look, this is a seedling. Seedling jackfruit has these weird leaves. Grafted jackfruit is always round. So, yep. But we're on time. At least the grass is not dead. So we're okay. And just push.
Okay.
Look, you got long and flowering. Just, I'm gonna pause because I got 3 holes already. Give me a second. Okay, baby. Up.